everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be talking about my top 10 purchases that I made from Sephora in 2021. Does that make sense? The top purchases from 2021 that I made at Sephora, I don't know. Either way, you guys understand what I'm talking about. Basically, these are just the top 10 products that I purchased this year from Sephora that really have just stood out to me this year in 2021. And I am just overall very pleased that they have joined my makeup collection, and I've just been very happy with them. So I really want to save my ultimate favorite purchase from Sephora in 2021 to the end, because I'm very curious to see if you guys maybe know what it is. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but anyways, let's just jump right on in. I'm not going to go in any particular order. How about we start with lips? I feel like we always start with face. Let's start with lips this time. So one of my favorite purchases this year from Sephora was purchasing the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner. I really enjoy the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I still own, but it's the Pillow Talk lip liner, but it's the Pillow Talk medium shade. And I love that lip liner so much. I don't wear lip liner a lot, but whenever I do use lip liner, I noticed that I was really reaching for that one a lot. And so Iconic Nude I thought was a really great purchase for me because it's more of a nude shade. So this is something that I can go to pretty regularly. And because I enjoy the formula so much, I thought this was a really great buy for me. So I really am happy that I purchased this one because it is a beautiful, beautiful nude shade. And of course, the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners are some of my favorites. Then another lip product. This is definitely something that I'm sure you guys knew that I was going to be talking about, and it's the Huda Beauty Cream Glow Lipsticks in the shade Hustla. I picked this up actually at the same time, and it's funny because I guess I really enjoyed that trip from Sephora, but this is again the shade Hustla. I just love these lipsticks so much. I love this formula. I think Huda absolutely killed it and knocked it out of the park with these lipsticks. Now, they're not very long wearing, and of course that glow that they provide is obviously going to fade away. It's not going to last the entire day, but I just love the way that these make your lips look. I mean, they look so beautiful on, and I think the shades that she came out with are really pretty as well. And I love this lipstick, and I'm so glad that I picked it up this year. Now, let's just move on into highlighters. So for highlighter, I have this one from Fenty, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. I don't know why, but I suddenly just, swatched this highlighter one day at Sephora, and ever since I swatched it, I never could get it out of my head. And so I actually ended up purchasing this highlighter from a Sephora inside JCPenney because my mom had a coupon. So whenever she had a coupon, I was like, that's it, I'm buying it. And so I'm so glad that I did. This is specifically the Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I love this highlighter. I love it so much. I love that you get more of a kind of like subtle creamy side on one side, and then on the other side, it's a lot more metallic, a lot more shimmery, and more impactful. And I love this. I'm actually not wearing it. I don't know why I did that, but I love this shade, especially if you're around my complexion, my skin tone. I think that you would love it too. And I'm very happy with this one. I noticed that I gravitated towards it a lot throughout my collection, ever since I purchased it, I was reaching for it a lot, and that says a lot because I have other highlighters that I could be reaching for. So I am really pleased with this one, and I'm really glad that I picked it up because I think it's a stunning formula. Then I have a bronzer, and I feel like, I think it would be fair to say that in 2021, I kind of got more interested in bronzers. I don't think I purchased too many. I could be wrong though, but this is one of my favorite bronzers of the year, and this is the Glowish by Huda Beauty Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. I do have the shade 02 Medium, and I love the finish of this one, and I love that it does give a little bit of radiance to the skin. It bronzes the skin in a soft way that it doesn't look like it's overdone. It doesn't look like it's too bronzy on the skin. So I love that about it. I also also love that you don't, like, I can go in as much as I want and I don't feel like I'm going heavy-handed or anything. So I'm just really impressed with this one. And honestly, I wasn't expecting much from it. Like, I knew I was gonna like it. I figured I would because it did get pretty good reviews, but I don't know, I guess I ended up really liking it and reaching for it. And I even did my sister's makeup for her baby shower. And this was the bronzer that I used on her, which says a lot because that means that I liked it enough to recommend putting it on her for a special occasion. So that's definitely something that I like to look for in a product. If I wear it for a special occasion and if I put it on others, that definitely means that I must enjoy it. Then I have 2 cream blushes. Now, 2021 makeup wise, if anybody could say anything about 2021, it was the year of cream blush. Cream products in general, but more so cream blush, I feel like, and especially tinted moisturizers and hydrators and all of that. But one of my favorite purchases from the year of 2021 that I got from Sephora is this Melt Blush Light. These are the cream blush lights. I specifically have the shade Polished, and this cream blush formula is absolutely stunning. I love this formula so much. I love the shade. I love that this cream blush is a little bit more luminous, so it gives me a little bit more glow to the skin, but it's very, very long wearing as well. I think the shades that they have are really nice also. And so I am just so happy that I decided to pick this up. This actually I picked up during the spring VIB sale at Sephora, and they were sold out almost the entire sale. And then at the very like tail end of the sale, they came back in stock. And so I like ran to the website and I picked one up because I already knew which one I wanted. And I'm so glad that I did that because I just love that formula so much. Another liquid blush, cream blush that I picked up in 2021 was this one from Rare Beauty. This is I want to say these are like the soft pinch liquid blushes, and I specifically have the shade Joy. So I picked up one of these in a set last year. It came with the little cream blush or liquid blush and a like dewy lip balm or something, but that liquid blush mini was actually in the matte formulation, and I just did not care for that liquid blush. I don't know if maybe the minis are formulated differently or if it's just the fact that it's the matte formulation that I didn't care for, but the shade Joy, which is this shade, is in the dewy formulation, and I love this one. I love how easy it is to work with. It is very pigmented though, so keep that in mind, especially if you are new to cream and liquid products, especially blushes. You just need a little bit of amount of this one. But I just love how long wearing this liquid blush is, and I love how pigmented it is because I am a blush lover. More is more. Like, that is me. Like, I love blush, and if I can put on more, I'm gonna be happy, right? So this is definitely a favorite of mine from this year, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. I'm breezing through this video, but also my battery is probably gonna die, soon, so I guess it's good that I'm going through this video pretty quickly. But another product that I purchased from Sephora in 2021 is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I love this product. I do. I love it. It's in the shade 185. That's my shade. And this is just such a beautiful, beautiful powder foundation. I don't wear it as a foundation. I like this on a day where I'm not wearing makeup, maybe just like my sunscreen, and I want just a little bit of coverage on my skin, and I want a little bit of, evening out of my skin tone. This is what I go in with. And I love it because it gives me just enough coverage that I feel more comfortable. I feel happier with how my skin looks before I go out that day. And also it wears very, very well throughout the day. I notice that it's still on at the end of the day, even after wearing a mask, even after wearing it for hours on end, I still feel like this powder is sitting on my skin at the end of the day in a good way. I said, that sounds kind of bad, but I love this. I think that it's a beautiful, beautiful powder. It's not super full coverage, so if that's what you want, I don't think this is it. However, I am okay with that because I don't need it. I don't need that for what I'm using it for, if that makes sense. So I am really pleased with this, and I am so glad that I found this because it does serve that very kind of unique purpose within my collection. And then I have two eyeshadow palettes. Now, the first one is the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. Now, this was my first Pat McGrath palette. I did since purchase the Utopian Dream palette. That was pretty expensive, but I got it for 30% off, and that was actually my graduation gift to myself. So I love that one for sure, but I didn't get it from Sephora, but I did purchase this one, and it's her holiday palette for 2021. And I'm glad that I got it. I really am, because I wasn't interested in last year's release at all, like at all. However, I think this one is stunning. Like, even though there's not like none of her special shades in here, I still think that it's so beautiful. I'm dying to create a look with this green. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, we'll see. But I love this. I think it's so pretty. I haven't used it as much as I'd hoped, but I think for me, the reason that it's the top 10 is because I get excited to use this one. I think that it's very special within my collection because it was my first Pat McGrath palette, because of how just beautiful this color story is. And I love the shimmers in this palette. Like, it's shimmer heavy for sure, but I love the shimmers that she chose. It's just stunning. I love the packaging. I think it looks more luxe than last year's. So I'm just thoroughly impressed with this one. Now, another favorite eyeshadow palette from 2021 that I purchased from Sephora is the Natasha Denona Retro palette. Now, I haven't had this very long. I've only used it a few times, but I think this might be my favorite Natasha Denona midi palette. At first, I thought it was the Glam. It's definitely not the bronze because the bronze is pretty warm toned, but this palette, you guys, this palette is so pretty. I love how muted it is, but still that it's purple and that it's like pinky, mauve-y. Like, I'm not really into mauve tones that much, but for some reason, I love the way this palette looks on me. I love the shade Psychedelic, this center shade right here. It is so reflective on the eyes. I love this. And I'm just really glad that I got this. I feel like this is the most like everyday palette that she's come out with aside from the Glam, because it's colorful, but it's not as colorful as, like, let's say the Love palette, right? And then it's not as warm toned. It's actually not warm toned at all compared to the Zendo or the Bronze palette. So I am just so pleased with this one. I think it is such a romantic, kind of sultry kind of palette, and you can do so much with it. You can get glam, you can do light makeup with it, and I also love that she has a lot of those cream to powder formulas in here because I love that formula from her. I do. I think it's very easy to work with and more beginner friendly because you can build up easier. Now, my ultimate favorite product that I have purchased from Sephora this year. It has completely changed the way that I apply my cream blush, and it has made it so much easier to apply cream blush, and it is my Fenty 125 face brush. I am so in love with this brush, you guys. Like, it is amazing. This is by far the best ever tool that I've ever purchased for my makeup. Like, it has completely stolen my heart. I want like 5 of this same brush because I don't like being without it when this one is like drying after I've washed it. I love this. It's dirty now. It's always dirty because even when I wash it, it's just like I literally, as soon as it's dry, I reach for it again. And I'm the type of person that I use blush, cream blush pretty regularly. I use cream blush, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 times out of the week because I have a lot of them and they're like my babies, so I want to use them. And so this is always dirty and I feel like I'm always reaching for this. I want one that I can use for cream bronzer because I love it so much. And then like another one just to have as a backup. Like, I love this brush. Now, it's pretty expensive. It's like, it might even be like $30 something, but I think it's worth it because I've washed it a few times already, obviously, and like the shape of it hasn't changed, the quality hasn't changed, and it just puts on cream blush so effortlessly, and it's just beautiful. It's wonderful. I love it. I cannot sing the praises of that enough. This is actually a great gift if you're wanting to gift something to a makeup lover. Maybe pair like a cream blush with the brush. That is a wonderful gift. I would be so happy to receive that, because not only are you getting a wonderful cream blush, a wonderful makeup product, but you're getting a very high quality tool along with it. So this is a great gift even on its own. I love this because it's just completely changed the game for me. So those are my top 10. Let me count. Yep, those are my top 10 favorite products that I've purchased from Sephora in 2021. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, what are your top 10 favorite products that you've purchased from Sephora this year, or what are your top 10 favorite products in general that you've purchased this year? I would love to hear from you guys. But thanks again so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye!